Welcome to the English Practice Podcast. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Sophie. Today we have a special episode about how to speak English like an American.
Many learners want to sound more natural and confident when they speak English.
American English has unique pronunciation, expressions, and slang that make it special.
We'll explore these features and share tips to help you improve your American accent.
We'll also practice common phrases and slang that Americans use every day
Learning these will help you understand native speakers better.
and help you join conversations with more ease and confidence.
We'll also talk about cultural tips that influence how Americans speak.
Understanding culture helps you communicate more naturally.
Whether you're just starting or want to polish your accent, this episode is for you.
So get ready to learn and practice American English in a fun and easy way. Let's dive in and start speaking like an American.
Part 1. Introduction and Key Features of American English.
Hi, Sophie. Today, we're going to explore how to speak English like an American.
Hi, Ryan. That's exciting. Many learners want to sound more natural in American English.
Yes, American English has unique pronunciation, vocabulary, and expressions.
What are some key features that make American English different?
One big feature is the accent, the way Americans pronounce vowels and consonants.
Like the R sound being pronounced more strongly?
Exactly. Americans pronounce the R clearly at the end of words, unlike some other English accents.
That's called a rhotic accent, right?
Yes, and it gives American English its distinctive sound.
What about vocabulary differences?
Americans use words like apartment instead of flat and truck instead of lorry.
I've noticed that. Also, people say elevator instead of lift.
Right. Using these words helps you sound more like a native American speaker.
What about slang and idioms?
Americans use a lot of informal phrases and slang in daily conversation.
Can you give some examples?
Sure. What's up means how are you, and cool means great or awesome.
Those are common. What about contractions?
Americans often contract words like gonna for going to and wanna for want to.
Using contractions makes speech faster and more natural.
Pronunciation also includes linking sounds where words connect smoothly.
Like gonna sounds like one word instead of two separate ones.
Exactly. Linking helps speech flow naturally.
How can learners practice American pronunciation?
Listening to native speakers through movies, podcasts, and music is a great start.
Repeating phrases and practicing tongue twisters also helps.
What about intonation and rhythm?
American English often has a rising and falling pitch pattern that adds meaning.
Right. Intonation can express questions, surprise, or emotions.
Rhythm involves stressing certain syllables to sound natural.
It's important to practice these patterns for better communication.
Are there any common mistakes learners make when trying to speak like an American?
Yes, overpronouncing or speaking too slowly can make speech sound unnatural.
So it's better to listen carefully and mimic natural speed and tone.
Exactly. Also, focusing too much on grammar can slow down fluency.
Practice speaking naturally and don't worry about mistakes.
Would you recommend any specific resources for learning American English?
Yes, TV shows like Friends, podcasts like This American Life, and YouTube channels focused on American English.
Those are great for hearing authentic, everyday American speech.
I also recommend language exchange with native speakers.
Speaking with native speakers builds confidence and improves fluency.
It helps learners get used to slang and informal expressions too.
How long does it usually take to sound like an American?
It depends on practice, but with daily exposure and speaking, progress is steady.
Consistency and immersion are the keys.
Thanks, Ryan. I'm excited to keep practicing American English.
Great. Next time, we'll dive deeper into pronunciation exercises and common American phrases.
Looking forward to it. See you then.
Part 2: Pronunciation Practice and Common American Expressions.
Welcome back, Sophie. Today, we're going to practice American pronunciation and learn some common expressions.
Hi, Ryan. I'm ready to improve my accent and sound more natural.
Let's start with the E sound, which is strong in American English.
Yes, many learners find the American R tricky.
To make the American E, curl your tongue slightly without touching the roof of your mouth.
Like this: car, bird, more.
Perfect. Practice saying those words slowly, focusing on the R at the end.
Car, bird, more. It feels different from my native accent.
Keep practicing. Another key sound is the T between vowels, which often sounds like a soft D.
Like in the words water and better.
Exactly. This is called the flap T. It makes water sound like waiter.
That's interesting. It makes speech sound smoother.
Try repeating these phrases. I need water. This is better.
I need waiter. This is better.
Good. Now let's practice contractions common in American English.
Okay, I hear contractions all the time in movies and songs.
For example, I'm going to go means I am going to go.
Gonna is very informal but used a lot.
Yes. Other contractions are wanna for want to and gotta for got to.
I want to learn more American slang.
Great. Now some common American phrases. What's up means how are you?
That one is very casual and friendly.
Another is hang out, which means to spend time with friends.
So if I say, let's hang out, I'm inviting someone to meet casually.
Exactly. Also, catch you later means see you later.
I like that one. It sounds relaxed and informal.
Let's practice a short conversation using these phrases.
Okay,
Hey, what's up?
not much, just hanging out. You?
Same here. Want to grab some coffee later?
Sure, that sounds cool.
Perfect. Catch you later then.
Catch you later.
Awesome. Listening to such conversations helps learners sound natural.
Yes, I want to practice speaking like that every day.
Watching American TV shows and repeating dialogues is a fun way to learn.
I love shows like Friends for their everyday language.
Try shadowing their speech, listen, and repeat immediately.
It helps with pronunciation and rhythm.
Let's also practice some tongue twisters to improve clarity.
I'm ready.
Try this. She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Great. Another. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Perfect. Tongue twisters improve your mouth muscle flexibility.
I'll practice them daily.
Remember, practice makes perfect. Speak as much as you can, even if you make mistakes.
Confidence comes from practice and persistence.
Next time, we'll talk about American slang and idioms in more detail.
Can't wait. See you soon.
Part 3: American Slang, Idioms, and Cultural Tips.
Welcome back, Sophie. Today we're diving into American slang, idioms, and some cultural tips.
Hi, Ryan. I'm excited. Learning slang makes my English sound more natural.
Absolutely. Let's start with some popular American slang words.
Great. What's first?
Cool means something is good or impressive.
Just like, that movie was really cool.
Exactly. Another is bummer, which means something disappointing.
Oh, like if I miss the bus, I can say, that's a bummer.
Perfect. Hang out means to spend time with friends casually,
I use that a lot. Do you want to hang out this weekend?
right? How about chill? It means to relax or calm down.
So, let's just chill tonight means let's relax.
Yes. Next, idioms are phrases whose meanings aren't obvious from the words.
Those can be tricky but fun.
One common idiom is break a leg, which means good luck.
I love that. So I can say break a leg before someone's presentation.
Exactly. Another is piece of cake, meaning something is very easy,
Like, this test was a piece of cake.
right? Hit the books means to study hard.
So I need to hit the books before the exam.
Correct. Under the weather means feeling sick.
If I have a cold, I can say, I'm feeling under the weather.
Great. These idioms add flavor to your English.
I'll try using them in conversations.
Now, some cultural tips. Americans often greet with how's it going instead of how are you.
I noticed that it sounds more casual and friendly.
Yes, and people often answer with good or not bad, even if things aren't perfect.
So it's more of a social greeting than a real question.
Exactly. Also, Americans value direct communication but stay polite.
That's different from some cultures where indirect speech is common.
Right. Being clear and polite is appreciated in American conversations.
What about body language?
Americans use lots of eye contact and smile often during conversations.
That makes the speaker seem confident and friendly.
Yes. Gestures like nodding show you're listening and engaged.
I'll practice using eye contact and smiles more when speaking.
Also, Americans like small talk, chatting about the weather or weekend plans.
Small talk helps build rapport before a serious conversation.
That's useful to know. I want to improve my small talk skills.
Practice asking simple questions like, what did you do last weekend?
And respond with short answers or ask questions back.
Like, I went hiking. How about you?
Exactly. It keeps the conversation flowing naturally.
Thanks, Ryan. These slang and cultural tips help me sound more American.
You're welcome. Next time, we'll practice real-life conversations using slang and idioms.
Looking forward to it. See you then.
Part 4. Real life conversations and final advice.
Welcome back, Sophie. Today we're going to practice real-life conversations using American English.
Hi, Ryan. I'm excited to put everything we learned into practice.
Let's start with a casual greeting. I'll say, "Hey, what's up?"
Hey, what's up?
Not much, just chilling. How about you?
Same here. Just finished watching a movie.
Nice. Which movie did you watch?
I watched The Avengers. It was really cool.
Awesome. I love this movies. Want to grab coffee later?
Sure. That sounds great. What time?
How about 3 p.m. at the cafe downtown?
Perfect. I'll see you there.
Great. Catch you later.
Catch you later.
Now, let's practice a different situation. Asking for directions.
Okay.
Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the nearest subway station?
Sure. Go straight for 2 blocks, then turn left.
Thanks a lot. Is it far from here?
No, it's just a 5-minute walk.
That's helpful. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Let's try ordering food at a restaurant.
Sounds good.
Hi, I'd like to order a cheeseburger and fries, please.
Would you like something to drink with that?
Yes, I'll have a Coke.
Great. Your order will be ready soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy your meal.
Now, some final advice for learners. Practice as much as possible, even if you make mistakes.
Mistakes are part of learning, so don't be afraid to speak.
Listen to native speakers often and mimic their pronunciation and expressions.
Watching American movies and TV shows helps a lot.
Use slang and idioms to sound more natural, but make sure you understand them well.
And remember, patience and persistence are key.
Everyone's accent is unique, so don't worry about sounding perfect.
Focus on clear communication and confidence.
Thanks for joining me, Sophie. I hope this series helps our listeners speak English like Americans.
Thank you, Ryan. Keep practicing and you'll see great progress.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep speaking English confidently and naturally.
Bye. Happy learning and see you next time.